I will be covering a topic that I've discovered recently about creativity and the forces behind it in a way. You don't have to take this as your own truth, but you can use it to bolster your own beliefs. Okay, so I have seen creativity recently as a force rather than as I don't know if you can hear it barking, but there's a dog barking outside. It's I've seen it more as a force than as hmm. Well, words for that aren't coming right now, so I'll go into the next part of it. Uh, Everything you see, all the creations you've encountered, are basically creativity. Like mm, the creativity that is inherent in the world, the mutation and variation, the creation of more. All that comes from what I believe to be a core of creativity, like a force of it. And I believe in sophism, which word that probably, well, I don't need to complicate it that much. I believe that everything is divine and that all of creation creates itself. So, in this regard, the creative force can, well, as everything creates itself, then you create everything because you are also part of everything. How to explain that? Source is everything, so everything is source. Divinity is everything, so everything is divinity. All that stuff. Just replace the word with whatever comes to mind for you. And in this case, it's that the creative force comes from within you. It is something that is always active, always creating. And if it's not creating something within you, it's creating something outside of you, and vice versa. It's not like there's only creation inside of you or outside of you. That's, well, not how it works, at least for me and my experience. I just saw 222 on the clock, but that was a bit ago. But yeah, basically, hmm, now there's music. Well, yeah. Basically, this creative force is always creating. It's always there, and it's the reason for all the mutation stuff in the world. All the lessons and lessons, all the things that other people teach you can come from within yourself. Now I'm feeling called to talk about one of the inspirations for this. I don't remember which scientist it was. I'm pretty sure it was Newton, but I don't know exactly. But they said that, or maybe it was Tesla. Well, one of those. Basically, they, in their experience, they did not come up with the answer themselves. They accessed the core of all knowledge, and that caused them to get the answer. And that, well, I'm getting distracted by the music. Probably some purpose in that. And now there's a dog. Fun. Well, basically, there is a core that you can access. And as long as you, at least in my experience, as long as you, well, it's like when you're bored and you get more creative because you're bored and you just come up with ideas. How I see that is like a reverse engineering. It's basically that, I centered myself and then I forgot. It's basically that when you stop listening to everything outside of yourself, you can finally hear the voice within you. That's one of the expressions of this. It's basically that, oh, okay. Now I understand why I keep forgetting it. I'm not supposed to mention that part. Oh, yeah. Maybe it's not true. Okay, yeah. Well, basically, there's a creative force where as long as you let it, let the out, oh yeah, Okay, so the creative force originates from within you, and it spreads outwards, and that's how, for example, well, what you experience becomes something outside of you. Like your internal experiences can become outside of you because this creative force needs an outlet, and if that outlet is not like within you, it comes from outside you. So most, some of the creators I know of, when in hindsight, it's probably most of them, they listen to their own creativity, their own like divination, channeling, all that stuff. Because when you create something, it's perfectly suitable for yourself most of the time, basically all of the time. And that ends up with when you create something, it's more suitable for you. And it's also it's also suitable for people who are meant to hear it, but it's not fully suitable for most people. Maybe some people it's nope. Okay. Basically, when you create primarily out of your own lens. And that ends up with, well, it ends up with every single modality is created from the creator's point of view. So it's their own lens. And when you, when you create, I don't know what words are trying to come out. Well, just trying to let the right words find me. Well, maybe I'll catch up on that later. Basically, I'm gonna find out now, but okay. What other part is this? Okay. Wilderfree.exe is not responding. Well, it's responding, but maybe in a way that I'm not open to right now. Did I just call myself in it? Well. Basically, okay, so what am I to talk about now? Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. That's a new thing that I haven't thought of before this time. Okay. Basically, a way many people probably, yeah, way many people do this channeling this information is that they take distance from themselves and their own like personal lens on things, and that makes it so they can teach more universal things. Is it the best for some people? Yes. Okay. So when you're creating from maybe this is for my fellow creators. Okay. Yeah. Oh, nice. Hi. Basically, dog again. Basically, when you create from a lens that is not strictly your own, like how I say in my experience, that's my own lens. I usually almost always create from my own lens because that's how I work. But for other people, they may universalize it or make it so it's applicable to their soul group, their soul tribe, family, all that stuff. Who they are meant to interact with. What meant to, it's more like who they resonate the most with, and thus they are destined to interact with them. At least. Yeah. Well, yeah. So basically, a way to make it so it's a lot easier to communicate and teach others is to try and see where it's your own bias and your own experiences that color your perspective. So that you can, so that you can teach others what is best for them instead of what is best for you. Yeah. I think I know what the next part is going to be about. So just try to let the words come through. Okay, so I'm guessing it's about, yeah, it's about channeling from tools and stuff. Well, not tools exactly, more like conduits that are physical conduits. Yeah. Oh, that's actually, yeah, okay. For example, tarot cards. Right now I'm not using tarot cards because, okay, yeah, yeah, okay. Hmm. When you use tarot cards, you're interpreting it based on your own experience, but also based on the experiences of others, what they drew and what they wrote down and stuff like that. And it becomes a conduit by which you can more easily take in information and more easily, like, well, in my case, I didn't take the initiative, so I just found cards and let the cards pick for me what I was going to talk about out of my, well, diverse interests or, well, diverse knowledge. Choice paralysis, basically. And cards can be a very easy and good way to, well, let the information come more easily. Let it be picked up for you by spirit. And, yeah, okay. How cards was for me was like, it trained up the sense of what was best for me to say at the moment. It made it so I could, it made it so I could, words, well, it made it so I could formulate my knowledge easier. And then when I basically outgrew the cards as a way of explaining things to, well, the people at large or the groups I'm connected to, it turned into not a crutch, but something for more personal use than widespread knowledge, like, well, spreading knowledge in general. So I don't know where I'm going with this, but it probably means something to some of you. So yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I guess this was the, I would say reading, but it's not a reading. It's more like me just talking about what I know. I'm not sure how to end this video. Hope you have a lovely day or something. Uh, hmm. Yeah. Hope you have a lovely day, and until we meet again.